Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Jake from Sidedoor Media. This is the mix breakdown video where I just go over the mix. What I'm doing in these videos is I do a live stream where I do the mix, and I do talk about what I'm doing and all that. And then I break it, just have that video, and then I'll go and I'll do this video. So maybe you just kind of want the shorthand, the short version of the mix session, which is this video, where I just go through really quick and tell you what I did. Or maybe you want something a bit more. You could watch this, then watch the full video, or just watch the full video. I kind of go over everything in that video too. It's not as focused. I'm kind of going back and forth while mixing and stuff, or run to the bathroom, whatever. It's a live stream, so things happen. But I figured I'd do it that way just so people could get in and out, watch the portion that they want, and so that's it. And like I said at the start of the last video, the big boy video, I've been labeling those. I've been starting to label those as like rapper types because I feel like that's how people start searching for mixing. But if you came here and you're that type of you came here looking for Roddy Ricch vocals, that's fine, but just know your performance has to be there. That's the major thing. It doesn't really matter about effects and all that. So with all that being said, we're going to get into it. I'm going to play the dry version. The only thing that I did was there's some intro automation on the volume. Just because the beat's kind of mellow, I kind of brought down the volume. And I have, as always, clip gain some stuff, I think. I just say it because, yeah, just some stuff. Clean it up some where I can. Stuff like that. Stuff you'll be doing too. Some fades, whatever. Anyway, I'll play it. I'll play the intro up to the end of the first verse. And then we'll go through it. Be nice if I didn't mute it. Here we go.
This that hot boy shit. They tell me cool down, but I get hotter. Go hard in the paint like Waka Flocka. Strictly in the cash, I need a doctor. All about my money like a robber. They tell me cool down, but I get hotter. Hot boys around like some shotters. Real life playing cops and robbers. Ain't worried about no problems with some solvers. Yeah, and I got blue flag on my left gripping. Yeah, and I got hot boys to my left tripping. Yeah, and they gon' blow if I say so. Ain't never fold, ain't never told. That's on my soul about KB, I'm gon' blow. Light it up, take a puff, you won't smoke. Big round choppers ready for war, Rambo. I pour 4 in my cup. A nigga lit like a bub. Now these hoes wanna fuck, but I can't love or trust.
So with hearing that, you've probably kind of in your head kind of started taking note of things you would like to hear, things that need to be fixed. We got the low end, as always, that we gotta get checked, right? Because that can really mess with our compressor. Our leveling, I find it throws off. And just something about it just makes it really sound unprofessional. Just like when you hear somebody's stuff and that muddy low end in the vocals is there. So we need to EQ, we need to compress. Of course, he wants some auto-tune, so we do that. And then what are we thinking of, like, with our effects, our kind of like creative side to it? And I really like on the end, he's, like I always say, those gaps are kind of the spots where you can fill in with a bit of your own creative, a little bit of delay. I kind of do on the front too. I'll pull up that animation real quick. Where is it? Where? Huh? Oh. Duh. Oh, not that one. This one. So, we got a few on there, on here. So, I'm just going to start unmuting stuff. I'll do on the vocals. And because there's just a bit more going on with the vocals. Let me just talk about routing real quick, because I kind of did this one a bit differently. So, all three of the audio tracks are being routed to the Vox aux, which is this. And then I'm doing my dopamine, a bit more subtractive EQ. I'm using Soothe a bit. I'm using a de-esser. And then I'm kind of bumping up the high end at 40K. This is a new EQ I got, so I'm, still trying stuff with it. So this is more like I'm cleaning up and I'm giving it a bit more boost. But then I'm also doing my overall width, delay, and my half note delay. My half note delay, quarter note delay. Actually, I'm sorry, because I put this in tempo of double tempo, so it's a quarter note for delay 2, and it's a 1/8 note for delay 1. But we'll go over that real quick. Alright guys, let's get into the mix. We start with the Pro Q2. We're just doing some subtractive EQing, taking a bit out of that, like of the higher end, a bit of the harshness out. Just cleaning it up. Here we go. We'll do A, B.
Yeah, and I got blue flag on my left gripping. Yeah, and I got hot boys to my left dripping. Yeah, and they gon' blow.
Alright. Then I'm doing my waves tune real time after my subtractive EQ. I've been trying that lately. Just, trying something a bit different. I'm not sure if I like this way or what, but we're just doing it for effect.
Yeah, and I got blue flag on my left gripping. Yeah, and I got hot boys to my left dripping. Yeah, and they gon' blow if I say so.
After that, we're going to Acme. This is a XLA3. We got just normal response, and like I said before in the mixing live stream video, I do compression at different stages, so I can get away with compressing more without squashing the signal. because you're looking at different attack and release times, and that makes it less noticeable. But you're putting the vocals, you gotta get the vocals tight because that's modern rap nowadays.
Yeah, and I got blue flag on my left gripping. Yeah, and I got hot boys to my left tripping. Yeah, and they gon' blow if I say so.
After that, I de-essed. I'm doing a lot of stuff with the high end. Just kind of, there's a few edges that I'm trying to clamp down on, so stuff isn't poking out. Because with the S's, that's what it's kind of is. You're kind of going straight with your vocals. They're getting compressed, and then those S's come and they just jet out, and your ears don't like that.
Yeah, and I got blue flag on my left gripping. Yeah, and I got hot boys to my left tripping. Yeah, and they gon' blow if I say so.
Ooh, let me actually fix that. I'm not sure if I tweak something on accident, but do you see how it went like down to -12 and like the audio kind of got stuffy?
And they gon' blow if I say so. And they gon' blow if I say so.
That, and de-esser is another type of compressor, and so kind of like what I was just saying about the compression, how we do in different stages. Try that with de-essing, also EQing and de-essing combine. Let the EQ kind of do a bit of the work, de-ess a bit, spread it out. If you're having a problem, doing it all at once and not getting the sound you want, because it's just killing the high end. After that, I go to my SSL console. We're using Brainworks, the SSL 4KE. So I'm doing a couple things with this. I'm doing 4-to-1 compression, fast release. I'm gating some. No high end or low end roll off, but then I'm boosting at 7K, about 6 dB, and the Q is kind of wide. And that's it with this. I'm gonna A/B this.
Yeah, and I got blue flag on my left gripping. Yeah, and I got hot boys to my left tripping. Yeah, and they gon' blow if I say so. Ain't never fold, ain't never told. That's on my soul. About KB, I'm gon' blow. Light it up, take a puff, you won't smoke. Big round top.
So here I'm doing about 3 dB of gain reduction. Got my mid. I don't know why I do it this way. It's just I kind of happen upon it where my second stage compression's kind of a bit more lighter. Just kind of putting your hands around it and compressing it a bit. Then I used to do some of my high end EQ in my SSL, but with my mag EQ, I'm doing it within here at 10K. Getting some of that high end. You got some of that presence though in the SSL. You heard it kind of start coming through a bit better.
Yeah, and I got blue flag on my left gripping. Yeah, and I got hot boys to my left tripping. Yeah, and they gon' blow if I say so. Ain't never fold, ain't never told. That's on my soul. About KB, I'm gon' blow. Light it up, take a puff, you won't smoke. Big round choppers ready for war, Rambo.
You hear it kind of just, it cuts it. It's like cutting through. And that's what you want. You don't want to be, because if you don't get your EQ presence right, you're going to be finding the beat a lot. And you don't want to do it. You want your beat to be at a decent level in your vocals. Because when I started, I wasn't EQing the top correctly. And then, I'd keep on tweaking the beat. Oh, it sounds better here and here and here. Or I'd be automating the vocals, and it's like, it gets crazy. So on the RVox, I have been using it for two reasons: gate and the compressor. I like using the gate just in case if anything passes the SSL, it can catch it. And then you also can go in and delete stuff, but it kind of helps you with not having to go in there and do all that extra work. So we're bringing down the gain. You're going to hear a difference in levels, I believe.
Yeah, and I got blue flag on my left gripping. Yeah, and I got hot boys to my left tripping. Yeah, and they gon' blow.
Actually, it keeps the level the same on here. But then what I originally had was a reverb on the main vocal, but I kind of wanted to have reverb play it a bit differently on the main vocals compared to your ad-libs, compared to your hook. So that's one thing I did change after the live stream. So you guys are getting a bit more sauce watching this video. But now that we're to the reverb, we will go and talk about the reverb just a bit, because I do this every video. Every mix, is this setup. So I have my H delay, 1/32. This is adding it's letting your reverb level kind of stay where it needs to be without interfering so much with the vocals, because you're delaying it just enough to where your vocals stand out. And I find that 1/32, which, because we're in double time, is 1/64th. Right? Did I do that right? No. It'd be 1/16th. Right? Oh, I suck at math. But I'm just using this as a pre-delay, so no feedback. I take off analog. Whatever delay you have would be fine. So we turn that on. Then my decapitator, I'm using this for a bit of the tone. I'm making it a bit brighter of a reverb sound. And I drive it some. Then I go into my Pro Q2, and I'm EQing out some of the junk I don't want off of the high end and off of the low end, and then a bit kind of where my vocals kind of sit at. And then my reverb itself, I really like the little plate. I think this is based off the EMT 140. That's from Abbey Roads, and has a long history, and it's a sought after reverb. But let us listen.
Yeah, and I got blue flag on my left gripping. Yeah, and I got hot boys to my left tripping. Yeah, and they gon' blow if I say so.
All right, now we'll go to the Vox bus. Let's just enable everything. Where are we at? You can do this by holding down Start on Windows. We got Dopamine, another new plugin I got, just kind of giving a bit of like sizzle excitement to the high end. watch my live stream of this if you want to know more about how I get my effect from this, how I go about getting it. So
yeah, and I got blue flag on my left gripping, yeah, and I got hot boys to my left tripping, yeah, and they gon' blow if I say so. Ain't never fold, ain't never tone.
with the dopamine though, especially, you start getting more of that, because it's that high end sizzle, as I said, you start to get more of that stuff you don't want to hear. So I decided to put a low pass filter at 17K, 17.5, just in a really sharp Q on it, just to kind of cut all that junk off that I didn't want, to lessen it. Then I notched out at 8.5K, then just rolled off some of the low end.
Yeah, and I got blue flag on my left gripping, yeah, and I got hot boys to my left tripping, yeah, and they gon' blow if I say so.
After that, I did Soothe. I'm still playing with Soothe. Sometimes it helps me more than others, but I think on here it just really helped me. There was one phrase, I'm not sure if it was the first verse or second, where I couldn't get it, I couldn't tame it that well with anything up to this point. And I threw this on and it kind of helped. So you might not hear a lot. You might not hear a lot with it on, but I forget where I was using it at specifically.
Yeah, and I got blue flag on my left gripping, yeah, and I got hot boys to my left tripping, yeah, and they gon' blow if I say so.
Then after that, we went to the de-esser again. Like I said, a few of these are just, you're just trying to fix a few frequencies that pop up, maybe at just one point in the vocals.
Yeah, and I got blue flag on my left gripping, yeah, and I got hot boys to my left tripping, yeah, and they gon' blow if I say so.
A lot with that, if I say so, where you say right up here, it kind of really jabs you in the fucking ear. So after all that, now that you get everything tamed, now you can really mold it a bit more. So I went in and I just got crazy. I went to 40K and I boost it by 6 dB.
Yeah, and I got blue flag on my left gripping, yeah, and I got hot boys to my left tripping, yeah, and they gon' blow if I say so.
It adds a little energy there. So with width, if you've watched any of my videos, I just using the default preset, just feeding it, just a bit.
Yeah, and I got blue flag on my left gripping, yeah, and I got hot boys to my left tripping, yeah, and they gon' blow if I say so.
After that, just like with width, I'm a creature of habit. So on here, I'm using my delay, ping pong rap vocal, analog off. Just like give it some little bit of a bounce. Gotta be careful with this one though.
Yeah, and I got blue flag on my left gripping. Yeah, and I got hot boys to my left tripping. Yeah, and they gon' blow if I say so.
After that, I did my second delay, which is my automation, and that's my Echo Boy. And I add some reverb on the Echo because I do that using like the telephone style. I didn't EQ it at all. Half note, which we talked about, was actually a quarter note. Let's look at the automation on both tracks.
Ain't worried about no problems with some solvers. Yeah, and I got blue flag on my left gripping. Yeah, and I got hot boys to my left tripping. Yeah, and they gon' blow. I pull 4 in my cup. A nigga lit like a bug. Now these hoes wanna fuck, but I can't load a truck. They never bite the hand that feeds you. If you a rat, you meet the eagle. Cry wolf, they won't believe you. Damn, in the grave they gotta see you now. They tell me.
Alright, some little flourishes and shit. I love doing that stuff. Alright. And then one last thing, which is only on the hook, is this flanger. I just did it just to kind of add a bit of movement to the hook vocals. It's a little bit noticeable, but we'll check it out.
They tell me cool down, but I get hotter. Go hard in the paint like Waka Flocka. Strictly in the cash, I need a doctor. All about my money like a robber. They tell me cool down, but I get hotter. Hot boys around like some shotters.
Cool. I feel like I'm not going to go through the mastering, so I just did this real quick for the video, just a bus and then just a limiter, nothing special. And that's it. That's a quick video, guys. See how that is? And that's it. So if you guys need me for mixing, mastering, you need help with anything, you want some mixing lessons, one-on-one, anything like that, hit me up, sidedoormedia.email@gmail.com, sidedoormediastudios.com. There will be a box at the bottom of the website where you can message me and I will be able to talk to you. So that is it, guys. Peace out. I'll put a link to the live stream in the description box below. So please, if you want to watch me in process mixing, you could go check that out. But I'm going to play this fully mixed and talk to you guys later.
This that hot boy shit. They tell me cool down, but I get hotter. Go hard in the paint like Waka Flocka. Strictly in the cash, I need a doctor. All about my money like a robber. They tell me cool down, but I get hotter. Hot boys around like some shotters. Real life playing cops and robbers. Ain't worried about no problems with some solvers. Yeah, and I got blue flag on my left gripping. Yeah, and I got hot boys to my left tripping. Yeah, and they gon' blow if I say so. Ain't never fold, ain't never told. That's on my soul. About KB, I'm gon' blow. Light it up, take a puff, you won't smoke. Big round choppers ready for war, Rambo. I pour 4 in my cup. A nigga lit like a bug. Now these hoes wanna fuck, but I can't love a truck. They tell me cool down, but I get hotter. Go hard in the paint like Waka Flocka. Strictly in the cash, I need a doctor. All about my money like a robber. They tell me cool down, but I get hotter. Hot boys around like some shotters. Real life playing cops and robbers. Ain't worried about no problems with some solvers. Yeah, yeah. Why the good die young? Don't wanna die, so I ride with one. Yeah, I had dreams to hoop, but that all changed when I learned how to shoot. Yeah, I keep the liquor real close. Yeah, cause that's what heal the pain the most. Yeah, if I ever show you love, yeah, you better not ever fuck it up. Never bite the hand that feeds you. If you a rat, you meet the eagle. Cry wolf, they won't believe you. Damn, in the grave they gotta see you now. They tell me cool down, but I get hotter. Go hard in the paint like Waka Flocka. Strictly in the cash, I need a doctor. All about my money like a robber. They tell me cool down, but I get hotter. Hot boys around like some shotters. Real life playing cops and robbers.